Good day, dear students. Welcome back to Matrices and Systems of Linear Equations. Okay, our learning outcome today is write a system of linear equation in the form of ax equals to b. So I've covered this learning outcome in the previous video. So today is second example on solving unique solution of ax equals to b using inverse matrix. Okay, so this is my second video on this. Okay, now let's look at the example. Okay, so example 21, given matrix A and matrix B, find AB. Okay, using the result, find A inverse. Hence, solve the linear equations. Okay, students, now we're gonna start with find AB. Okay, let's look how to find AB. Okay, so we write down AB first. Okay, so the meaning of AB is A multiply B. So that's going to be 1, 3, negative 9, 5, negative 1, 3, 1, 3, 7. Okay, multiply with B, 1, 3, 0, 2, negative 1, 3, negative 1, 0, 1. Okay, so we're gonna take the first row, multiply the first column. So row times column. Okay, so this is a 3 times 3 matrix. This is also a 3 times 3 matrix. So your answer will be a 3 times 3 matrix also. Okay, now so 1, 3, negative 9 multiply 1 to negative 1. Okay, so 1 plus 6 plus 9. So we will be getting 16. Okay, next we're going to take row 1 multiply column 2. Okay, 1 times 3 plus negative 3 plus 0. So you will be getting 0. And then row 1 column 3. 0 plus 9 minus 9, you will be getting 0. So if you continue this, you will be getting 0, 16, 0, 0, 0, 16. So this is to answer your first question, find AB. Now the second question, using the result, find A inverse. Okay, students, so you have to use these results. So what is the result? AB equals to, okay, when we have matrix 16, 0, 0, okay, we can write this as 16, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1. Therefore, AB equals to 16I. Okay, so our aim here is to find A inverse. Okay, so we're gonna use property of matrices. Okay, so we're gonna, when we want to find A inverse, we're gonna introduce A inverse on both sides. Okay, so A inverse multiply AB equals to 16 A inverse multiply identity. And here you will be getting identity multiply B, you will be getting B. A inverse multiply identity, you will be getting A inverse. Therefore, student, A inverse is 1 over 16B. Okay, but of course this is not your answer. Okay, so you're gonna write down what is your answer. 1 over 16B. B is 1, 3, 0, 2, negative 1, 3, negative 1, 0, 1. Okay, so if you remember, we cannot write our answer as 1 over 16 multiply 130 and so on. Okay, so you have to multiply the 1 over 16. So when we multiply, we will be getting 1 over 16, okay, followed by 3 over 16 followed by 0. Next, 2 over 16 can be written as 1 over 8 followed by negative 1 over 16 followed by 3 over 16. Okay, next is negative 1 over 16, 0, 1 over 16. So this is our A inverse. Okay, then we haven't finished the question. Hence, solve the following linear equation. So if you look back at the question, okay, so the first part they asked to find AB. Using the result, find A inverse. Hence, solve the following linear equation. So when we are using the word hence, that means we have to use what we have done before to answer the following question. What you have done before is you managed to find your A inverse. That means to solve the system of linear equation, we're going to use A inverse. So let's write down the system of linear equation. X plus 5y plus z equals to 7. 3x minus y plus 3z equals to 5. Negative 9x plus 3y plus 7z equals to 1. Okay, since we're going to use A inverse, we first need to write this in matrix form. So 1, 5, 1 for the first row, 3, negative 1, 3 for the second row, negative 9, 3, 7 for the third row. Okay, so they're going to multiply with the variable x, y, z equals to 7, 5, 1. Okay, so you have to write this as a matrix form. Okay, then only you can answer the question. Then only you can also use your A inverse. Okay, now let's compare. If you want to use A inverse, this must be your matrix A. So let's compare. Okay, is this matrix A, students? Okay, matrix A is 1, 3, negative 9, 5, negative 1, 3, 1, 3, 7. But this is 1, 5, 1, 3, negative 1, 3, negative 9, 3, 7. So what is the connection between this matrix and matrix A? Okay, so if you notice, this is actually your A transpose. This is not matrix A, it's actually your A transpose. And this x, y, z, usually we note this as x equals to, okay, this you can maybe write it as C. We don't use B because this is matrix B. Over here is matrix B, so we try not to use the same alphabet. Okay, so we don't have A inverse, we have A transpose X equals to C. Okay, but using the properties, we know A inverse transpose, if you multiply with A transpose, you will be getting identity. So on your right hand side is A inverse transpose C. Okay, so A inverse transpose multiply A transpose will be giving you identity equals to A inverse transpose multiply C. Okay, so finally, what is X? So X is, you're gonna take your A inverse, you're gonna transpose and then multiply with C. So remember, student, this is your A inverse. Okay, so we need to transpose our A inverse. Okay, so next, so we're gonna start with X equals to A inverse transpose multiply C. Okay, so I do have my A inverse in the previous slide, which is 1 over 6, 3 over 16, 0. So I'm going to transpose. So I'm going to write the first column as the first row. Okay, so that's going to be 1 over 16, 1 over 8, followed by negative 1 over 16. My second row would be 3 over 16, negative 1 over 16, 0. And the last row would be 0, 3 over 16, 1 over 16. So I'm going to multiply this with matrix C. Okay, so if you remember, matrix C is 7, 5, 1. Okay, so always remember, you have to write your inverse on your left hand side. Okay, so this is a 3 times 3 matrix. This is a 3 times 1 matrix. So these two matrices are compatible to be multiplied, and your answer is a 3 times 1 matrix. So we're going to take the first row, multiply the first column. 1 over 16 times 7, okay, plus 1 over 8 times 5 plus negative 1 over 16 times 1. Okay, so use your calculator, students, and you will be getting for your first answer, you will be getting 1 and 1 and also 1. Okay, therefore x is 1, y is 1 and z is 1. Okay, so I hope you had followed this. Okay, so when we are given this question, when they ask us to find AB, first we find AB, and then from this they ask us to find A inverse. So we're gonna connect this with identity, then only we can find A inverse. Okay, once we get your A inverse, from the A inverse they ask us to solve the given system of linear equation. Okay, happen to be the system of linear equation has no connection with A inverse because this is not A at all, but then this is A transpose. So we just use A transpose. Okay, we use the properties and then we use A inverse transpose, and finally we get the values of x, y and z. Okay, so I hope you could have followed this video. Okay, so this is solving systems of linear equation using the inverse matrix. Okay, so that's all for this learning outcome. I'll be seeing you on my next video. Thank you, students.